Round one recap of the 2011 Governor's Cup is underway. We're down to 30. We are down to 32 teams from the original field of 64. All I want to say is one thing. Look, it's been an honor and a privilege to spend so much time out there watching our membership battle in the Governor's Cup and battle on the golf course and battle the conditions. But I do want to say one thing. Number one, please don't shoot the messenger. If I give anybody a hard time with the recaps, I'm doing it out of love. I wouldn't take a shot at anybody that I truly didn't care about and have a lot of respect for you. So I do have a lot of respect for our membership. I cherish and am very fortunate and grateful to be a member of Rolling Hills Country Club. So I'm doing this out of in jest and just to have a little fun and add a little flair to the Governor's Cup this year. And I appreciate you letting me cover the event. It's been a lot of fun, and we're going to kick it off in a few minutes with the D flight, and we're going to work backwards this year in the first round. So Gersh, you're going to have to wait for your recap till the end, which forces you to watch the whole thing, which is great. But hopefully I give you something entertaining to watch, and I'm going to slowly take off the mask to dodge anybody hitting golf balls at me, because a couple of the updates might aggravate a few people. But you know what? All I did was watch the golf and relay the message to you. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's very exciting. We're kicking it off in the D flight. 64 teams down to 32, and I want to say that all of these updates, if I take a shot at you here and there, it's all in jest. So please don't take it personally. I'm not going to give anybody a hard time or take a shot at anybody that I don't truly have a lot of respect for. And that I feel comfortable doing it. So here we go. We're going to kick it off. Brian Lynch and partner Ivan Ross faced off against David Levy and Elliot Cooperstone. A solid tandem. I want to say this match was like a session of psychotherapy for Brian Lynch. I got to tell you, the match went 16 holes. Levy and Cooperstone they won it 4-3. I want to say that Ivan Ross did make a solid effort. He parred 5 holes out there and played solid golf. But I got to tell you. It was a real tough day for Lynch and Ross at the end of the day. I'm going to show the following video is not suitable for children and has very much graphic content. So please put your kids to bed before letting this one roll. And I want to say Brian Lynch came up to me the day before the match. He said, "Dan, great video, but you better put me on that video next time." Well, I got to tell you, Brian, you made it easy. Here's to the video.
Swinging with the backside of his club. Is that legal? Okay, I'm done. Sorry, pal. That's gotta make the highlight reel. Huh? That's gotta be on the highlight reel. Do you have it on film? Do you have that on film?
No.
Your short shorts in black and white. You should have.
No, we missed that.
Well, as you can see, Brian Lynch has fantastic reflexes and has the potential to be a great golfer, but on that day, he just didn't have it. Congrats to Levy and Cooperstone for advancing. You're going to get the winner of Traub and Weissman versus Rossetti and Passero. There's nobody that looks better in pants than Joe Passero of Class Lighting. This was a great match. The two Joes actually steamed out in front. Rossetti and Passero went 2 up through 3. They were cruising. I was getting stories of old from Joe Rossetti on the golf course, and we're going to roll that video as Joe Rossetti talks about the founder of our club, Irving Weiss.
Husband and wife with Irving and Ann, and Ann kept saying, "Go back, go back, go back." He fell right in the goddamn trap. He picks up and he goes in. There's only a fifth call.
As you can see, Joe Rossetti, one of our founding members, actually he's a member since '71. He was real loose on the fairway at 4 when we caught up with him. However, not so fast. Traub and Weissman put these guys to the test. Harry Traub is an absolute gamer. The guy he meditates for a week. Cheryl can't even get in his office or bedroom a week before any tournament out here. So pretty much the summer is off limits. Harry Traub is in meditation mode. He gets ready for each event. He's got a 16.4 index, and then he gets a couple strokes out there, and he completely checks out at holes. But guess what? He came back just in time to finish these guys off. And Teddy Weissman. Teddy Ballgame was obviously fired up on my comments in the selection show. He came to play. We're going to take you to video with a huge part of Square the Match on 14. Big putt, Teddy.
Thank you. Yeah, it just kept rolling.
Probably 60. Good Lord. Stop already.
Good effort by Passero and Rossetti, but hats go off to Traub and Weissman. Congratulations, you're in the round of 32. Traub and Weissman win it on 17 to advance. They will play David Levy and Elliot Cooperstone. A solid matchup for round 2. Couple slashers versus a couple slashers. So we'll see what happens. On the other side of the D flight, you've got a lot of character. Jack Doddick, David Tucker, Steve Kranz, Tom Sullivan. This is an absolute Barnum and Bailey three-ring circus of a foursome, I'll tell you. Problem number 1, though, we rolled up on Sully on 7, no beer in the golf cart. Problem number 2, due to the heavy rain on Sunday, David Tucker had 55 extra minutes for his pregame in the morning, because usually he spends that 55 minutes for the sunscreen application process. So he had that extra time. There was no need for the sunscreen. He was real loose going into the round. And problem number 3, I got to tell you, the matzo ball could not carry the leprechaun. Steve Kranz just did not bring it that day, let me tell you. And Sully, without beer through 9, that put him in a big hole. They're down 3 through 9. Doddick and Tucker roll. 5 and 4. We caught up with Doddick and Tucker, and David Tucker's always good for some good he's always looking after the camera, looking for the camera out there. So we caught up with them on 5, and here's what they had to say. Doddick and Tucker sporting the NYU hats. Talk to us, gentlemen.
I'd like to say something in honor of the professor and chairman at NYU, that the secret weapon of the day is Jack Doddick, my secret weapon.
Jack Doddick is one of the few members that was here to witness the construction of the Sid Kaufman Memorial up on 5.
That was right. That was approximately 18 years ago, and Sid rests comfortably. What hole is that again?
That's at the top of this green on the left.
We're looking forward to passing by and passing our respects. Thank you.
That's a class act right there. Class act pairing, Tucker and Doddick.
Didn't go that well. The doctors operated, and they did well.
We took out their kidneys, their heart, their...
We'll see the heart.
We took everything but their brains, right?
Those were gone a while ago.
Those good guys. Jack, what do you have to say to the staff, to Rolling Hills?
You know, it was a well-fought battle today. Conditions were absolutely the most difficult I've played in 41 years. It was touch and go on the front 9, but on the back 9, we seemed to make a breakthrough, and we closed them out on the 14th hole.
It's tough to add anything else to that, Dan. The only thing I'd say this, I'll quote Charles Dickens. It was the best of times, it was the worst of times, but today it was the best of times.
Congratulations, gentlemen. Now, what everybody wants to know, it's the question in everybody's mind. Obviously, Jack, great competitor, great match today. Look forward to seeing the next round. David.
Yes.
The sunscreen application, because it's the question that's repeatedly asked, and don't shoot the messenger, but the 3 dots that go across, are those strategically placed the same every time?
Usually it depends the way my wife kisses me in the morning and says goodbye.
You heard it here.
I can keep them in the game.
Okay, Jack Doddick and David Tucker advanced to the round of 32. Who do they play? They're going to play the winner of Howard Steinberg and Dr. Robert Moskowitz, who face off against Owen Littman and Jeff Rosenkrantz. You'll see from one of the videos upcoming, Jeff Rosenkrantz was the winner of the 2010 Skinniest Lead competition at Rolling Hills Country Club. And he had a good day. He parred 1, 2, 3, and 17, making a strong contribution. And his partner, Owen Littman, they really defined ham and egg out there. But the story of the day, I got to tell you, Howard Steinberg, this guy can putt. Let's go to the video.
Great putt.
Thank you.
Great putt.
Howard Steinberg saves 5 for 4 on the 7th hole, which is the overall 16th hole. We're Dormy with 2 to go. So, with great putts on 2, 4, a 6-footer on 7, the 10-footer on 4, a 35-footer on 14, and a 9-footer on 15, Howard Steinberg had solid contributions from the putting green. and his partner Moskowitz contributed when he could, but to no avail. Littman and Rosenkrantz were too tough, and they will notch their first ever Governor's Cup victory. Owen Littman and Jeff Rosenkrantz in the post game, as you can see, they were thrilled. But guys, come on, I'm producing a TV show here. Give me a little more animation in the second round when we come to you after your second round win, and good luck to you in the round of 32. Moving on, Andy Strober and Ed Nevins facing off against Fast Eddie Wilson and John Callahan. This was not much of a battle. We're going to go to a video, and I want to say, as predicted, this was a real tough arena for Andy Strober. Doesn't have the head game for game day pressure, and I got to tell you, this guy's taking, who was he taking lessons with to have a swing like Jim Furyk. Let's go to the video. Moving on, Eddie Wilson and John Callahan were too tough for Strober and Nevins out there. They cruised easily, led throughout the day, and finished it off with 2 to go. We're going to pick it up. We caught up with John Callahan and Fast Eddie. Actually, this match was closed out on 14. I apologize for the misunderstanding there.
Brody came out and got over too. Thank you. Go ahead. Wow, I might have in that ball, huh? Film them. You're sorry. I was over here in 2. I got a 6. Back, and he carried me all the way to the 14th. He's pretty light. He's a little guy.
Let's
get through my back out.
Let's talk briefly about the match. The up and down on was it 8?
7.
On 7 it was memorable. One of the best up and downs of the first round, and to make that putt was phenomenal. Take us through the day. How do you feel?
First hole we lost was awful. I think we both had pair of snowmen. It was going to be a long day, but then we turned it around. Ed started hitting. Your chipping was unbelievable, and hit some good big putts, and we ham and egged it a little as well.
Yeah, and the hot dog at the turn was definitely very helpful. I just had some extra power.
What'd you put on the dog?
Just mustard. And I could taste all those nitrates.
Wow, that's a bold play, just the mustard.
Too, I could smell it.
Now, I'm going to want to look ahead briefly to the next round. You're in the round of 32 of the 2011 Governor's Cup. It's going to feel good for a couple weeks. Eric Schumann and Richard Canzanetti await. You know anything about your opponents?
I've played with them a couple times. I don't know who they beat, but I heard they played very well. So they're going to be a tough match, I'm sure.
I don't know. Don't have the pleasure of knowing you gentlemen just yet.
Fast Eddie, you bring the game you brought today. We'll see you in the Sweet 16.
Blind squirrel gets the nut every once in a while.
These guys defined ham and egg today. Congratulations, John Callahan and Fast Eddie Wilson.
Thank you.